the Triathlon M720. When there is something good and they try to make it even better, it is sometimes a hit and sometimes a miss. Let's see how the M720 turns out. As we proceed, let me keep a tally of pros and cons and see what we end up with. Starting from the packaging, nothing fancy here at all. At the back, there is perforation and the package rips off nicely and out comes the contents, which is some paperwork and the mouse. Now there is a little paper tab sticking out from the back. If we pull that out, the mouse becomes active. There is a battery inside and the mouse is Bluetooth capable. Thus, out of the box, we can pair it with the device and off we go. Now, in case if you do not have a Bluetooth capable system, there is a unifying USB receiver included. It resides in the battery compartment. Onboard storage. There is a +1 right there. Next, the shape. By most part, the shape of the mouse by design is very similar to the M705. However, some minor and some major changes has been made. Minor changes are the button are now flat as opposed to the old one having a little bit of curve which felt a bit better. The hyper-scrolling toggle button, while in the same place, the old one had a better feel and quality to it. On the side, there are now 3 buttons, which needs a bit of getting used to. The old one had 2 buttons and were oval, thus easier to press. The new arrangement is different, but I will not call it negative per se. Now, apart from the different color scheme, we can notice that the M705 has a shine to it that the 720 does not. The reason for this, and this is a major thing, is that the surface is now a matte finished rubber surface. There are no dots on the side or any geometric pattern as was the case with the MX series. This is simple rubber surface. May not look that special, but it feels awesome. And I don't mean that immediately either. It's not like you touch the mouse and you go straight to heaven. No. Using the M720 for 5 to 10 minutes, the difference becomes apparent. You see, shape is one thing, surface is another. The shape was good with the M705. The 720 takes this time-tested, proven form to another level. Now, why is that? Why am I saying all this? You see, we like things that work for us effortlessly. The matte rubber makes the mouse so much easier to move around because it does not want to slip away. Mild gesture, movement of wrist pretty much facilitates the movement of the mouse. I do not have any way of measuring this, but my feeling is that I'm using less energy over time using the M720. We don't look at a mouse as much as we keep it under our palm, so we feel it more than we see it. I'll give this one change 2 points, just to make a point. See what I did there? The thumb button is also improved. Before, there was a print indicating that there's a button there. Now we have a slight indent so we can feel the position of the button without looking. And this does not bother me either because generally it's out of the way. The button itself is easier to press. It appears that they increase the travel distance for the button, so it takes a little less of an effort to press. Again, see how they are changing things? The scroll wheel remains the same as far as usage goes. The wheel is made of metal, so it has some weight to it, and this assists in the hyper-scrolling mode. The little button behind the wheel helps switch between hyper-scrolling mode and the traditional stepped rotation. As far as the wheels are concerned, it's better than almost any plastic scroller out there in the market today. The bottom of the mouse is white. I don't know the reason behind this, other than maybe looks. I would think this is an odd choice as it will certainly get dirty after some months of use. The Triathlon mouse. Seems like there is a pun in the name. Connects to 3 devices. It switches between them with the press of a button. Here we have my computer with the unifying receiver, then a Windows tablet connected via Bluetooth, and finally my work laptop with another unifying receiver. And reality here is as advertised. We can indeed move from one device to the other on demand with press of a button. A handy feature for anyone who travels or works on multiple devices like I often do. The M720 has an optical sensor which is rather stable and jitter-free, but it does not work on glass, which is why I have it on a mat. If this is a concern for you, you may consider the MX Anywhere mouse, which uses a laser sensor, thus works on surfaces like glass and so forth. Next, let's talk about the software and the usage. An important reason why I wanted to talk about the software was because of the customizability. Each button can be assigned one of many functions from the drop-downs. We can assign different behaviors to different applications. For example, if I'm using Chrome, use web browsing gestures. While I'm editing, use scroll and zooming features. How I personally tend to use the mouse is scroll wheel tilt left or right is copy and paste, side buttons are volume control, and the gesture button is set to media control. Perfect. In conclusion, the M720 is a true successor to the M705. Certainly, I would say the transition is indeed a successful one. We started with the question, did they manage to improve on what was already good? Is this a hit or a miss? Well, it is a hit. That which did not need changing, like the shape, remains. The surface certainly feels better, the software is improved, and as is the claimed battery life, Logitech is claiming the Triathlon will go for 2 years on a single battery. Well, they claimed 1 year for the M705 while using 2 batteries. I consistently got about 1.5 years. The K380 Bluetooth keyboard is still running on its original batteries, and I don't know how many more years it will go for. So if Logitech says 2 years on 1 battery, I'll believe it. The only thing that I will criticize, well, because I must, is that the finishing feels a little less premium than the M705, while they are asking for the same amount of money as they did for the M705. I understand that Logitech is the #1 selling mouse brand in the world, but to set the price firm by market segment or some stock management point of view is not a very agreeable thing from me. If something could have been cheaper, it should have been cheaper. Having said that, this is still a successful device and will last the test of time. All of the Logitech items that I have reviewed so far, going back years, they still all work. If you are sick of mediocre office mouse and want to step up the game, consider the M720 seriously. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to keep updated about our upcoming videos and giveaways. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.